Hello, this is MMAPLUS with welterweight Matt Inman after his lightning quick win against Mohsen Bahari. Matt, Mohsen's well known for his ground game. How surprised was you to actually sub him with that heel hook?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't know he was known for his ground game. I knew he was a good stand-up fighter, and I knew he could grapple, but I don't know exactly how good he was. But I can say it's something, you know, I've done it in the gym 10 million times, so just making it happen when you fight.
You seem to have turned your career around, because when we last met, you had just got back from injury, you was coaching a lot, doing stand-up, you had a 1 or 2 boxing bouts, and you had just kind of made a decision to give it another crack. Now, 2 wins later, you seem to be on a, in a roll. What prompted your decision to come back and give it another crack?
Just took things one step at a time, really. That fight, when I did the interview with you last time, I just came back. I took that on a couple of weeks' notice. I had a back problem for ages that stopped me grappling completely. I boxed professionally for, I think I had 5 fights, professional boxing, and then I just took it one step at a time, and then the offer came from Cage Warriors, and I've never really looked back since then. You know, win or lose, I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm working hard.
So your career with Cage Warriors seems to have revitalised you. In the seconds that you had slipped and the heel hook presented itself, how sure was you that you was going to be able to sink it in, or was it just a reflex action?
Just a reflex, like I say, not sure at all with the heel hook, because I do that setup a lot of times in the gym, and I usually use it to sweep, or maybe a straight ankle lock or a knee bar. Never really put the heel hook on, because in the gym you don't want to injure people, so it's always you grab a heel, and I was fortunate, I think, that it was at the start of the fight while we were both still quite dry, and the heel stuck in it. I think if I'd have been in the 3rd round, that'd have been.
So you've taken Mohsen's unbeaten record. How does it feel to do that, and where do you see your future lying in the division?
Yeah, it's always good to beat a guy. You know, in a way, I kind of feel bad beating. Well, I don't feel bad beating him, but I feel empathy for him. You know, because I've been in that stage as well, where I was undefeated, and your first loss is probably your hardest to take. As for where I am in division now, I don't, you know, I'm just going to keep fighting the fights they asked me to fight. I lost my first fight against Mason. I think I've learned a lot since then. Leon Kenj was in short notice, so I don't think we got a full idea there. I'm starting to sharpen up now, so I think I'm going through the gears. So whoever Cage Warriors past me, that's what I'll fight.
And finally, considering, as we said before, a couple of years ago you was injured, and it looked like you might not compete again. What have you changed in terms of your preparation for fights that has allowed you to fight so regularly now?
Stretching. I've said this for 5 or 6 years. When I first started training full-time professional MMA, I used to train twice a day, balls to the wall. I'd train 2 hours in the morning, 3 hours at night. I would never warm up properly, and I would never stretch off afterwards. And then 4 years down the line, that led me to big problems with my lower back. So now, before every session and after every session, I stretch off religiously, and that's what's made my, you know, it's what's allowed me to get back in.
Okay, finally, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Toxic Fightwear. I'd like to thank Cage Warriors, the best show in Europe, for having me on. My coach is always Carl Tanswell, my conditioning coach John Bond, and all my training partners, especially Aaron Wilkinson.
This is MMAPLUS here with winner Matt.